Welcome to yet another episode of Supersize Week, Comedians in Cars, Spilling Condiments. I am one of your hosts. I am Ryan Danley, coming from beautiful North Portland, Oregon, where the sun is shining today. I got a little sun outside. With me, as always, is the pinky out fancy Kyle Adams. Yep. What's up, man?
Not too much. I'm enjoying the weather today and enjoying my post Easter days off because work was crazy this weekend. Crazy busy.
So were people doing they're like coming after like Easter dinner, like with the family?
So there were a few people for the lunch shift, but my restaurant, they overstaff every holiday. And if you're in the bar, you're basically twiddling your thumbs. So I was doing a lot of that. But it's funny because they get pizza for everyone. So it was like a pizza party where you sometimes take tables, but you can't leave. It was really frustrating, especially after the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous because Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was like extremely busy, and we didn't have the support staff. And then Sunday we were just standing around, and I feel bad, but I kind of got grumpy. I got a little grumpy at work. I was like, I have mics and podcasts to do. I need to get out of here, but I finangled my way out of there, so it worked out pretty good. They are pretty flexible with my comedy schedule, which is nice. I will say that about that. They're awesome.
I'm really excited for our guest today.
Yeah, me as well.
Hailing from one of my favorite places to do comedy, a fellow Hard Times writer, host of Truth or Dare. I think that show should be called Truth and Dare too. Sometimes I think, and one of the hosts of Pod Chaos. Chaos. Jonas. How's it going?
Great, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. It occurred to me I probably should have turned my camera off, and then I could turn it on now, and then it would be like, surprise, I'm who Ryan's talking about. But instead, I'm just here the whole time. Like, these guys are so fun. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, we love you.
I'm very excited. No, I love you guys. I just got hungry right as I got home with my bounty, which feels very auspicious for this podcast recording.
Sure. It's going to be there's something just inherently fun about eating fast food in general. You know what I mean? And then putting it into like some sort of scenario just makes it more fun than it's ever deserved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're heightening it. I mean, you guys are heightening it. I'm just along for the ride, but I don't.
I'm definitely heightening something.
Well, yeah, me too. Eventually, I'm working on it.
How's your week been? Anything exciting happen?
Yeah, it's been a good week. I've been doing a lot of work over at Infinity Room, where the restaurant there is open and the food is really good. And I'm learning I've learned how to make the donuts. So I am working on being a morning person because I really like making the donuts, but they're very early. Sure. So I've been doing that. Yeah, we're still working on construction in the showroom, but it's going to be really cool, and it's great to see it coming along. And then I also recorded with Jake Silverman and Hunter Donaldson, name drop, on their podcast, What Is Stuff, where they have, I have tricked them into adding me as a producer, where I will be reading news articles, and then they do most of the riffing, and I get in with a little of riffing myself. We recorded an episode about multi-level marketing schemes, which are a minor obsession of mine, and it was really fun. And that just came out yesterday, Monday.
Did you focus on any specific MLMs?
We talked about a few specific ones. The news article I went with was about how TikTok has banned any material that is promoting MLM pyramid schemes or similar content, which we had a good laugh about, considering TikTok is taking this hard moral stance all of a sudden when there
That is
are
funny.
perhaps more pressing moral issues at hand when it comes to TikTok.
Yeah, maybe all the underage users that are doing whatever.
Getting their data stolen and sold, and but
Exactly.
MLMs
I'm,
shouldn't have that corrupting our youth.
I am going to carry a torch for TikTok. I actually oddly love TikTok. Like I like it almost better than any of them. Like I find like so much amazing information on TikTok that like it's like
Yeah.
there's tons of POC content, tons of just like people doing like really interesting things, like great comedy. I tried to wrangle Kyle into it once. He he was like, yeah, I love
I'm thinking about it, but it would be hard for me to pivot. But I do Instagram stories, which are basically the same. So I need to fuck around with TikTok. I do.
So I kind of find Instagram's like super Walmart and TikTok's like old school Kmart. You know what I mean? And yeah, and it's just like I don't know, like TikTok like really ground level, and it's all about like sharing TikToks with your friends. That's like the biggest part of it. And so like I had like you're on there with people like I don't even know, and we just have like a share like thing. So you just get on there and you can like endlessly scroll. I don't know. I'm down with TikTok. I mean, not. I mean, I dress like I'm 16, so I might as well act like I'm 16.
Yeah, really live that full character out.
Exactly.
I don't think TikTok is inherently bad. I think, as with many social media platforms, it can be good or evil, and TikTok in many cases has chosen evil, but the content can be really fucking cool. And I don't have a TikTok myself. What I do is I go on Reddit to the TikTok subreddit, and I tell them, you give me all the good ones, and then I don't have to download TikTok. And it's great.
Nice.
I watched a little of a show on the 4chan to 8chan, then the Q situation. I think it's on HBO Max or one of those, and you really watch that. Like they talk about how Reddit turns into 4chan and how because like Reddit banned all this crap, and so then all of a sudden it went to 4chan, and then 4chan banned. 4chan was like people were getting murdered because of shit on 4chan, and then so like this guy like created 8chan, and then like that's where like Q blew up, and it's like it's
born.
yeah, it's really like if you like I don't know the name of the show, so I'm being like I shouldn't even be talking about it, but it's actually like it's like a series. It's actually like I would suggest watching it, but you need to put yourself in a good space first, because like if you really like look at this world and like what's going on and how like this ridiculous concept and these ridiculous like pages and stuff like that have like influenced like so many Americans with like such utter bullshit. If you dig like even like an inch below the surface on how like ridiculous it is behind it, it's really really depressing. So but yeah, check it.
Are you talking about Q : Into the Storm?
Yes, that's what I am talking
That's
about.
what the internet is. Yeah, I'll probably watch it. I've listened to hours and hours and hours of podcasts about QAnon, and I cannot get enough of it.
It's and this is really, I mean, it's really like they go with the guy. Yeah, they talk to the guy who like invented 8chan. He's like a dude in a wheelchair. I don't know what it is. But he and then the people that grew it with him, and then now he hates it. He wants nothing to do with it. And it's an interesting story.
Similar story to the creator of the incel community.
Really?
She was, a Canadian lesbian who was very lonely and decided to make a community for where people who, for whatever reason, were not finding the ability to have sexual connections with other people could get together and talk about it and like commiserate and support each other and build each other up and even like, find relationships with each other. And it was like very positive. And then over time, it sort of twisted into this very toxic, violent place where, with this very warped sense of righteousness and justice, where sex became commodified.
Mhm.
I love the internet.
Yeah, it's really like it's you got to be careful with all that stuff because you have to be prepared for what's behind it if you push the first domino and any of that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like you got to be prepared. It's
It's always people that fuck it up, isn't it?
yeah. Well,
It's always white dudes that fuck it up. It's always
white
always
white
white dudes.
white dudes are notoriously bad decision makers. Like we should.
What is
I
it
mean,
about?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean, it's about a lot of things actually, but we don't need to go down that wormhole.
On a lighter note, I did get my first shot of the microchip this week.
Nice.
Well, yeah.
Got it right
I
in the
get my
arm.
second Friday.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
I'm gonna say to flip of the coin of what we were just talking about. Actually, how well it was done. I didn't get out of my car. I went to one of them out by the airport that was in one of the big economy lots, and I actually had you both aren't gonna believe this. I, Ryan Danley, had a glimmer of hope in humanity. It was
Did you record that? You got?
yes, we were
Can
recording.
we clip that?
Mark your calendars because I actually everybody was super nice. They had people every 10 feet waving you around. In places that the DMV or I go to Comic Cons and I do all this other stuff, the whole getting people in places situation in humanity is clearly something we've been lacking. We lost in the evolutionary. We have the need to get people places, but 90% of the time, have you been to the fucking DMV, a busy DMV? And it's just it just doesn't work. And you just have to wait there for hours and whatever we just have decided that we're not going to fix it, but this was really well done. There was tons of people. I don't know if they're all volunteers or if they're getting paid. I don't really know the drill, but and I got up there and the woman who did my shot was just super happy. I asked her if I could take a selfie. She was like, oh, of course. I'm just really happy that people are getting their vaccines and stuff like that. And I'm like, motherfucker, you've been sticking people since probably 7 this morning and it's 4 in the afternoon and you are still stoked about it. This is I don't find that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? When I was standing in the line for my first dose, there, you go through you go through a series of lines and then you get into the building where you stand in another line. And I'm just in this first line inside the building where I'm just looking in this huge room at the expo center. Just seeing all these people who are doing the thing and getting the vaccine and standing far apart. And I started tearing up.
Yeah.
I was just so happy that there were so many people in one place who are just doing all the right things for a sec.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just nice.
We're just going to leave the house and go do something so we can just move on as humanity and not all die.
Yes.
That's how low the bar is that we're all touched by people.
And no one's fucking around with their mask and no one's being weird or complaining about anything or upset that they have to wait. Everyone's just yeah, I'm supposed to do this, so I'm doing it.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, very powerful.
Speaking of powerful things,
I love that segue there.
This week, we went to the top because we had royalty on the show, Salem comedy royalty. We opted for Burger King.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's the crown.
I feel like I should show off my setup here.
Yo, you got it. Oh, wow.
Folded my napkin like a vagina.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So this is the Sourdough King. It came in a single or a double. I opted for the single. Did you all opt for the single too?
I got the double because I didn't get that Hershey pie like you guys did. I got the double.
I just said Sourdough King, so I don't know what I got.
The Sourdough King will come as a single or double, and it will feature toasted sourdough slices that include a quarter quarter burger patty topped with smoked bacon and American cheese. It is the latest salvo in the fast food chicken wars. Burger King last week announced. I'm going off of it. Burger King does have a chicken sandwich.
I saw that. I'm like, all of these motherfuckers are doing it now, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And Popeyes will remain king. I'm sorry.
It's just like, I mean, like, just in the end, it's like you should be just going to Popeyes anyways, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so.
I agree.
That being said, if you like showed up and said, "Hey Ryan, here's a chicken sandwich from Burger King," I'd eat the fuck out of it. But you know.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I'm not gonna turn it down.
All right, let's unveil.
Ooh, double.
Wow.
It's very exciting, man. I know it's in the name, but I could not believe how fast it was that I got my food.
Right. Like,
it was amazing.
I think that always still blows my mind too. I'm like, what the?
How did they do it?
Did you just snap your fingers? How did that happen?
So I kind of
This looks very appetizing.
I kind of expected this to look more like the sourdough Jack from Jack in the Box, which is kind of like a sourdough bun. But this is straight up like two fucking pieces of sourdough bread. This is like straight up like they have like a loaf of bread that they're pulling.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just.
Well, it's definitely Burger King. That unmistakable
taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's iconic.
Yeah.
I haven't had Burger King in a really long time.
But but like if you have it, like if you were like starving on an island and somebody brought you like and you hadn't eaten like fast food in like 20 years and somebody brought you like a Burger King burger and you took a bite of it, you'd be like, oh, this shit's Burger King.
I have, yeah, absolutely. It's a very distinctive. What is it?
Actually,
the aftertaste?
Yeah, you know, they say the flame broiling, but I sometimes think that there might be like some like liquid smoke or like something like in the seasoning that keeps it like this flavor. What do you think, Kyle?
I'm a big fan. I really like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of reminds me. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but they don't have any in Oregon. It's called Steak and Shake.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard
And they do like that. Yeah, they they had a really good like sourdough burger there, and it kind of reminds me of their sourdough double a little bit. It's like one of my favorites. It's really good. I've always really loved the texture and the taste of sourdough, and I think it just works so well with burgers.
I mean, this is a straight up burger sandwich. Like people will argue if a burger is a sandwich or not. This is like there's no way that this isn't a sandwich.
Ryan or me?
Am I still here? Can you hear me, Kyle?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Nope.
Hey. Can you hear us?
For a second. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll just trim this out later. I'll just go back to talking about it being a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of argument whether like burgers are a sandwich, like and hot dogs are a sandwich and all that. Like this is 100% like a burger sandwich. Like there's no denying
it's right in the middle.
Right. It is like straight up like a burger sandwich.
It does remind me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say, it reminds me of growing up a little broke and not having extra money for buns, and it's just like bucket, like they'll just throw like I've done hot dogs and hamburgers on bread before.
Yeah. Hey, bread is buns. Buns is bread.
Buns is bread.
Why not?
Why not?
Buns is bread.
Honestly, this is much easier for me to eat than a burger. Sure. I will say I'm a pretty dainty eater. I'm a very slow eater. This does not intimidate me, which, considering especially that it has bacon, says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a food I tend to avoid because it's a lot of, you have to think about it a lot. I have to think about it a lot.
It tastes like I mean, kind of just like taste, like with the American cheese and with the bacon on it, it has like that sort of like classic American burger taste to it. You know what I mean? Like kind of taking it out of the element of like the Whopper or like whatever like patty they use. It really actually just tastes like kind of like if you bought a frozen burger at the store and like you cooked it up on your grill out back.
Yeah. I'm almost tempted to throw some lettuce and tomatoes on here.
Yeah, I know what you mean because it is
Really
just
enhance it.
it's just a meat and
Mm.
cheese. Like,
Yeah,
just-
I want some crunch, you know, some
yeah, you need a little barrier there between
Yeah.
that. That's one thing I would say. Yeah, I'd probably throw if I ordered this again, I'd probably throw onions and tomato on it for sure, and maybe some
Mhm.
lettuce.
Yeah, I mean, it is surprisingly without any vegetable at all. Like there's no like so, like even like McDonald's cheeseburgers have pickles and like tiny minced
pickles.
white tiny minced white onions on
Oh, pickles would be perfect on this.
Mhm.
And I don't even really like pickles that much, but it would add a nice little crunch and flavor profile.
I might just go grab a little pickle spear right now for my fridge.
Nice.
Are there rules against that?
No, not at
No.
all.
I'll be right back.
You tried it on its own, and now you can augment
Yeah.
it if you need.
Mhm.
That's basically the
Yeah,
that's
I feel
the
like I
rule
gave it a
that we
fair
do.
chance.
Yeah, it's not like you like dumped sriracha all over it or something before you ate it. Which does sound really good on this. Sriracha on this would be amazing.
Yeah. This thing really it's surprisingly better than I thought it was gonna be. Like like it's like the bread. I mean, it's not bad bread. I mean, it's not like you know, Dave's Killer Bread, 7 seed low. You know what I mean? Like sour or nothing, but it's not like Wonder Bread either. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder how that works. I wonder if they just like get loaves of bread for this, or do they?
I would assume so. It's probably, and they'll probably run the promotion until they run out of the bread, and
Sure.
then once they run out of the bread, they'll be like, nah.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, a sourdough starter, you can keep going forever, you know.
Yeah.
I also grabbed some vegan fry sauce to go with the cheesy tots that I also got. It was a last minute decision, and I have the feeling that it was the right choice.
I took a longer gander at the cheesy tots than I care to admit to. I was like,
I figure if I'm there anyway for
Mhm.
you know my one time of going there, probably for a good chunk of my life, I might as well get some goddamn cheesy tots.
Right. I opted for their fries.
That's fine.
They're not bad fries. I mean, like they don't get talked a lot about in the fast food fries situation, but it's not bad. It's got like a light spraying of potato starch on the outside, which gives it that sort of like extra crispy thing. I don't know. They're like they are. I'd say like right smack in the middle. Like they're kind of like hard to even have an opinion on. You know, like they're like.
I remember they had an overhaul in the 90s. They switched entirely over to Idaho potatoes, and there was like a whole promotion about it. I don't know if you remember that, but they
Little Burger King
also
for
had, like-
American jobs.
Yep, exactly. And then they had like Mr. Potato Head was part of the Potato Head was part of the promotion. Oh.
Yeah, so well, it's kind of nice to see that because I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I don't like say bad things about many of the places we do on here because we support them and support the people who work there and stuff like that. But sometimes like a Burger King can be sort of like, I feel like the buildings and the spaces are neglected. Like they don't get updated a lot, and sometimes they get like too updated and they don't look real. You know what I mean? Like I feel.
Second here, we can pay testament to that.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
There's like a play place that's been abandoned for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's like it looks old, but it doesn't look like fun, like vintage old.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. There's been construction here for like 2 years. But there's like the most beautiful cherry blossom in the back. So I mean, it's got its ups and downs, you know. Burger King was my spot as a kid. I fucking loved it. They had a really cool play place in Zephyr Hills, Florida, where I grew up. At the Burger King there. Oh, it was Homer Simpson. Hold on. Yeah. There's another Homer Simpson.
How's it with the pickle? How's it with the pickle?
Sourdough. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
My mouthful. With
the
the
pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I believe
That was the right choice.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, that would be like the one thing I would suggest is like something to break up the
Yes.
sort of like
the meat overload.
You need some crunch.
Right. Like the ketchup kind of makes it worse. You know what I mean? Like it's like cheese, this, and then like that sweet, like sugary sweet ketchup can be like a little like so like it really makes you realize that you're eating fast food, you know?
Yeah. It kind of creates that goop.
Mm-hmm.
A delicious goop.
Fast food. It tastes like, to me, it kind of tastes like with all those elements, it tastes like when I make like beef and mac and cheese and then put like a little ketchup or something on top of it.
Right.
It's very much it caters to like 9-year-old Kyle's palate. Like
Mm-hmm.
Our
Yeah,
policy may evolve, but you always got to cater backwards, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I went to the Burger King in Delta Park, which if anybody is unfamiliar with, is a kind of area that has like a Lowe's and it has like a handful of big box stores in it. It is not like the other place that is just north of it called Jansen Beach, which is another similar place that is just an area of big box stores that has like a Target. This is like the lower rent version of that. And the Delta Park unfortunately has seen tougher times over the time, and the crowd around there is rough. I'm just gonna like they have like a bottle return area and there's just a lot of activity going on, and all about supporting and those people and getting people back up on their feet, and it is just interesting to go to a Burger King and be propositioned while you're waiting in the line. You know what I mean? It's just like I can get a sourdough jack and
get all of your carnal appetites appeased. Well, hey, have it your way. It's on the side.
Little extra sauce in your order. I didn't realize that you had a personal interaction.
Yeah, well, they were waving, so I waved back.
No, well, that's basically a handshake agreement.
Yeah, exactly. They were just,
I hope you have cash.
But it's it's one way or another. It was a fine experiment, and I am glad that I went there, and he was as kind as I could be. You know, so that's life. That's life in the big city. So. So what's our verdict? Oh, you know what? We have one quick thing that Kyle didn't get to, but we will. This was Emma's.
Yeah.
The Hershey pie.
The Hershey Sunday
I've
pie.
had those. Those are amazing. I've had those.
They're incredible. Chad Johnson introduced me to them. I've got 2 in the freezer right now, and I'm very excited.
I don't smoke pot. So this might not be as often advice. So, ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Like I said, very slow eater.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really looking forward to it, and I feel like in a possibly upsetting way, watching you enjoy it is going to enhance my future enjoyment of it.
Sure.
So good.
Yeah, it's like pretty much impossible to not like It's kind of like it is just like sweet, delicious goop.
It hits all the check marks
Exactly.
for a tasty ass dessert.
Do we lose you, Kyle?
No, I was just double checking the Portland Comics board. Sorry, I got on at Helium tonight.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of fancy, you know. I did not get
I
on.
do that.
I did not get on Helium, but that's cool, you know. So I will be making my kids laugh in their living room, and maybe my Facebook friends if something comes up to me. So that'll be.
You usually get a laugh from me.
Yeah.
Did you go last week to Helium?
I did not. No, I since I got the shot this week, I decided that I wasn't going to do any stand up at all until I actually got a shot. Like it was just like I have a kid with respiratory stuff, and I just you know, I just wanted to just not do it. You know what I mean? Just kind of be like, you know, I'll wait. I'll be the one that waits till the end. I got, you know, I have other things going on, you know, like podcasts and messaging about Hard Times articles with Emma and arguing with Kyle about comic book movies, and
Yeah,
I did.
it takes up so much of our time.
So like I got hours.
It's like a job.
It is. It is.
It really is. It really is.
It really is. So,
a passion project.
Yeah, it really is. So, yeah, that's where it is. But I've been stuck. I think one shot. Do we know? Does one shot reduce your chances?
Yeah.
I think a little bit. Yeah, I think you're like slightly protected, and then you get like the full protection after.
I heard it's like 80% after 2 weeks after the first shot, and then up to 99+% 2 weeks after the second shot.
Nice.
Wow, nice. See, when you watch Supersize Weed, not only do you get reviews about seasonal fast food items, but you get information that could save your life. I'm not.
Well, I heard it. I don't remember where from, but
I want you to.
I've seen that.
I want you to quote Emma Jonas.
That's fine. Just put my Venmo offer.
Okay, cool. Let's go through the old tally. What do you think? Presentation.
It, like you were saying, it's just bread, man. It I would say it looks fine. It doesn't look disgusting, but I would give it like a 3. It's not like inspired or anything. I'd say like a 3 or a 3.5.
Was this out of 5 or 10?
5.
Out of 5.
Mine's way too much math.
That's fair. Mine was pretty well toasted, like nicely a good color. I don't know if that.
Oh yeah. Yours looks actually a little bit better than mine did. Mine was toasted, but like.
Yeah, the Burger King I went to was like pretty nice seeming.
Wow.
They were just. I don't do a lot of drive-throughs because they make me incredibly nervous. But that one, easy peasy. It was great.
So what were you saying?
Yes, presentation. Nicely toasted, but yes, just truly a bread. But you know what? I opened it and I went, I'm pretty excited to eat this. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3 as well. I think that like we were saying, like it's just bread. The only thing I have to compare it to is the sourdough Jack at Jack in the Box, and that's like a sourdough bun kind of looking thing, like where this was just like literally like Kyle was saying, this is like I think everybody like has made a burger on 2 pieces of bread. You know what I mean? Or like a hot dog, like squeeze it. Like I kind of felt like that's what I was getting into. That being said, the bread didn't look bad. Like I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is actually like just like bread. Like this isn't some weird concoction someplace. So that was, you know what, I'm gonna go 4 too. I'm gonna go 4 because like the bread didn't look like it was like it looked like a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's where the bar is. If it looks like real food, like it's automatically like
It's a low bar, but it's working.
yeah.
I also just love bread a lot, and I
Yeah.
just spent 8 days mostly not eating it because it was Passover. So this week I've just been really thinking about bread and how much I love it.
Did you eat matzah?
I did, which was also pretty good. But you know what? The only matzah I could find says on the box, not for Passover. But I mean, I went with it, so it's all I could find. But it was like, I felt.
Well, it's not for Passover use because it hasn't been like properly blessed, right? Isn't that what that works? Like the Manischewitz stuff, like doesn't doesn't actually like get like they have certain Passover matzah, like the real shit, and then they have like your everyday.
You got to get it from the right, the right Jews. And I can tell you, Fred Meyer is not the right Jews.
That's funny.
I'm actually a matzah fanatic. I eat it all the time. I eat matzah.
Really?
Yeah, I eat matzah. My parents are from back east, and I grew up, and people from the East Coast have a specific, more awareness of Judaism in general, and do you have family from back east? Yeah.
Both my parents.
Yeah.
My family.
So, we had that, and then we lived in rural Colorado, and there was one Safeway in the town, which was we lived out in the middle of nowhere, but we were like literally the only people who bought matzah at that Safeway. And I still have a box out there right now. My daughter loves it too. Like matzah with like a good butter on it, and you know what I do? I do matzah, good butter, and I do the Trader Joe's everything but the everything bagel spread on it, and I pour that on it. And I could that could be like if I had like one of those Day of the Dead things where like you brought me my favorite meal after Steakums, it would probably be matzah with
Steakums. Have you tried Steakums on matzah? I mean,
no, I haven't gone there yet.
You know what I did during Passover, which is very much not kosher. I had made like a big meat flat iron steak for the Seder, and so I had some left over. So I would chop that up, make steak and eggs, get some matzah, melt a little cheese on there, some avocado slices, and then put the steak and eggs on the matzah. Incredible, delicious.
That sounds amazing.
It's great.
Mouthfeel. How are we feeling about mouthfeel?
I liked it. It was consistent every bite. Like it was just that like Emma was saying, kind of goopy. I like that, but it was a good goopy, and the bread really held it together well. So I would say, and with the crunch of the bacon was nice. I would say a 4, only because like we were saying earlier, I do kind of wish there was some veggies on there to set it up a little bit differently.
Sure. A break.
Yeah, give it a break from all the cholesterol.
How do you feel about mouthfeel?
Yeah, I have to agree with Kyle on this. It's like a delicious salt slush that it hits all the brain pleasure centers that are just directly connected to the part of my mouth that just I don't the science of it. It's like that. It's really good.
We do a lot of science on this show. So.
It shows. Yeah, well, I'm mostly just very happy with how easy it is to eat. Because, like I said, it's hard. It's tough. I don't always feel confident in my eating skills, and this sandwich burger gave me confidence.
So, what are you going? That's got to be a 5.
I think it is a 5. I think it's a 5.
If this Burger King sourdough sandwich burger was allowed you to like feel better about your life, that's the solid 5. I'm sorry, that's
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And credit where credit is due. That mouth feels getting a solid 5. Right, yeah. If it were out of 10, it would be a 10.
I'm gonna go the other way, and I'm gonna go a 3 because I liked it. I thought it was delicious, and I thought that the thing, but like, I think the lack of break in it, like halfway through it, I got kind of tired of like the same, and like having fries with it, which you would typically have, like wasn't helping because it was kind of like more of the same, more just like salty, savory, kind of like basic, you know what I mean? And it like it really like some pickles or like some onions or something like, you know, like would really have like God, imagine like a piece of lettuce on this. Like if there was a lettuce on this, I would actually maybe order this all the time. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
like just something like a crunch, like a little refreshing in there because
It does need a lettuce onion pickle for sure.
exactly
And some mustard.
It is just a I mean, like I'm not getting down on it. I liked it, but like halfway through it was actually like kind of like almost like giving me a headache, which is kind of funny to say. Like it was like if it was something I liked, it was like okay, this is fun.
Risk factor.
Risk factor.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
once okay, we'll explain risk factor.
Oh yeah.
Risk factor is like the opposite, where 0 is like the best. Like you could like eat this all the way through and not feel ill. 5 is like you feel like the first thing we ever did on this show was the meat mountain from Arby's, which is arguably like the worst thing.
That looked horrifying to me.
It was awful.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was terrible. It was really terrible. And honestly, like it was really the grossest thing about it was the cheese and it, like the cold cheese that they stuck in that sandwich was just like it was like. Anyways, I digress. It just haunts me. Well, so but risk factor is like, you know, so I don't know. What do you think, Kyle, on this one? This one's
I would say just because of how greasy and unhealthy it is, because this is one of the more unhealthy things we've had, I feel like, just because the lack of veggies in general. I would say about a 3 or a 4, just because it's especially if like I feel like it might wreck my stomach just because I've been dieting so much. I hope I don't have any issues at helium tonight. That's all I have to say. I'm glad that there's no green room to sit in now, so I'm not fucking up the green room or anything. So, yeah, I would say risk factor about a 3, a 3. Not too bad, but it's definitely up there.
Emma.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Kyle. This is definitely not gonna end well for me. But I'm okay with it. But I can already tell, you know, there's some business brewing that I'm going to feel some regret, but it will have been worth it to suffer for art.
Well, we salute your stomach.
Thank you. And I still have a Hershey pie to eat, which I'm still very excited about. So
nice.
I know that doesn't factor in, but I'm just reminding myself that there is hope.
There's a shining light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I mean, for me, it's got to be about a 4.
Right.
I don't eat a ton of meat, and so to jam 2 meats together,
yeah,
with no fiber to be found, it's a risky move that I'm willing to make, and that I've already made. But I'll probably be sleeping downstairs tonight because I don't want to subject anyone to my future.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like a 3.5 or a 4. It's like I said, like halfway through it, like my head kind of started to hurt, and like it just was like so much of the same thing. And like, I will say it's the best thing we've had bacon on, and yeah, I mean, like the bacon was actually like appreciated on this, and like a lot of times, like for a while, like McDonald's was like putting bacon on a Big Mac, and I just like we just don't need that. You know what I mean? Like do we need that as humanity?
Bacon became like a garnish, I think.
Yeah, and it's like
you did that on the beef and cheddar at Arby's, and I thought that was a horrible idea. Like ruining the beef and cheddar.
Right. I like bacon just fine when it's like good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I cook with it a lot. Like, I like it in, pasta dishes and clams and like all sorts of stuff. But I don't know. Just bacon for bacon's sake was, but it was good on this. But I'm just gonna keep going back to like needing the break because like the only breakup I had was the fries. It was already like the saltiness of the bacon and the things like that. It was like you kind of feel like you were like, yeah, I'm gonna go 4 because if I really like was down to it, the risk factor was I didn't feel great. You know what I mean? So I don't feel good right now. I don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the final category, overall grubbiness.
I would say, I mean, back in my throes of actually like eating fast food a decent amount, I would say pretty grubby. Like I would probably order 2 of these and I would probably regret it the next day, but I could definitely power through 2 of these.
Sure. So that's a what, like a 6?
I would say a 6. I mean, I would say the fatter version of me would say about a 5, but for me now, I'd say about a 3 or a 4
Okay.
for grubbing. Yeah.
Now, grubbiness, is this, we're trying to capture the essence of like if it's near you and you can reach it easily, like you're not even gonna think twice, you're just gonna go for it?
You're just gonna be like it's really ultimately like the essence of fast food, which is like
Okay.
like fast food is just like it's like a plate of nachos is just grubbing. You know what I mean? Like it's the
Okay.
only way you can really. It's sort of a moving target, but it's like if I just like like a I don't know.
Thinking of it in terms of nachos is very helpful for me because
Sure.
I've been experimenting with making dank ass nachos at home, which no one tells you you can just do.
Right.
You just take a big pan and put as much of nacho business in it as you want and just eat until you want to throw up, but you have to keep eating because they don't keep very well.
No.
So with that in mind, although I will always eat nacho leftovers, with that in mind, I'm gonna give this burger sandwich's grubbiness. It's gonna be a 3 for me.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't explain it. It's not that I didn't like it. It's that eating it doesn't make me feel right.
You gotta burn some
Maybe it was the
sage after
tots,
eating that.
but
Sure.
You gotta burn some sage after eating that.
yeah. Yes. I'm gonna need to munch on some carrots for a couple of days after that.
I am going to so the things that I had going for it, my pros is that there was like a sort of down hominess to it that kind of like made it grubbin. Like it was like kind of just like an old, like I said, like a frozen burger that you cooked up in the backyard. And so that makes it kind of grubbin because there's like that grubbin thing that it kicked over. That being said, that like halfway through it, I was kind of tired of it. So that being said, though, I will give it a 4 just because like, and honestly, like the expectation of it was a little low, and so it was better.
Surpassed your expectations, though, right?
Like, yeah, it definitely surpassed. It definitely surpassed expectations, particularly with the situation at the Burger King. So I am going to go with a 4. So I'm gonna go with a 4 overall grubbiness. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm just gonna because, like, and I would tell you that if I was a drinking person still,
dude, I would fuck. I would fuck these up if I was.
Yeah, like if
I'd order 3 of these. Like, dude, I would.
I was thinking that as well. If I were drunk enough to. Well, just drunk. I don't really get drunk anymore. I guess I drink, but I'll drink like a glass of wine and then I'm sleepy, so I go to sleep. But if I'm partying and I'm out and there's a Burger King and I haven't eaten for a while, yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of those.
Yeah, because that's like it's like perfectly like to soak up your the rest of it. You know what I mean?
It is. It's like a nasty sandwich you'd throw together at home and be like, "Oh, look at this great snack I made."
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, Emma, thank you so much for joining us today on our
Thanks for having me.
on our
Oh,
you're great. And do you have anything that you're trying to promote besides your normals the stuff we already talked about?
Aside from that, not really. I mean, I'm just, running Truth or Dare live, or perhaps the name will be changing to Truth and Dare, which is a great idea. I love it. That's happening every other Tuesday at 8. The next one is the 13th, or if that's already passed, then it's, look at your calendar and do some math.
Right. Sure. Okay.
Twitch.tv/Truth or Dare live.
Cool. All those things continuing after the big blip, after the big shutdown.
After, who knows what the world will be like. But I will say, do keep your eyes on what Infinity Room is up to, because right now we have really incredible food that is available. We have great
that's
donuts,
great.
and soon we're gonna have a fucking kick-ass showroom with brand new stage. We're gonna have nice seating, and it's a completely new venue, and we'll have really great AV capabilities too.
Wow.
Yeah, multiple cameras, music recording, and yeah, it's gonna be a comedy and music venue.
Well, that is pretty awesome because it's one of my favorite rooms to do comedy in the world.
Oh, yay!
We will be down there to be on that stage as soon as possible. So if we're invited, of course.
Yeah, I'll have to check with the management. Yeah, you're invited.
All right. Well, thanks again for being here, and everybody go check out Emma's projects. They're all very good. And if you're ever in Salem, Oregon, make your way to the Infinity Room. Once again, we're reminding you to always support fast food workers. They work hard for what they do, and we appreciate them for all that they are. Give those people their fucking money, and quit thinking you're better.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Peace.
Thanks.
Later.
Really good.